This is the 8.1 to 8.3 Ketchup Packet. I'm going to do the evens. So right away, starting off, it says graph the image of the figure using the transformation given. So the translation says 4 units right and 1 unit down. So I'm going to do that for each one of these points. So that one, Z. Oh, forgot to do the 1 unit down. So there, and there. So then I just need to connect my points. And then finally, just make sure that these points are labeled, so they'd have to be the primes. And that's all you need to do. Now for this one, it's saying that the original X and Y would be right here in this original image. But this is what needs to happen to each one of the points. So I'm gonna have to go to the left 7 and then up 2 for each one of these. So let me graph that real quick. And that is what you should be looking at from the original to the image. So from the pre-image to the image. All right, so this one says write a rule to describe each transformation. So what we need to do is, we know we start with X, Y, and that's gonna be transformed or translated to. So this is my original or my pre-image. So what happens to each one of these to get to this image? So the T, which starts right here, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So that would be X minus 5. And then it goes down 2, so then be Y minus 2. Then for number 8, this looks to be the pre-image, and I'm going this way, so each one of these points has to be shifted the exact same. So I'm going to start off with X, comma, Y, which that stands for the pre-image. And then the translation is what the shift is, or the how it changes. So let's just take L for example. L goes to the low left 1. Just erase this real quick. We're always worried about the X's first, so it's going to go along the X-axis to the left 1, 2, 3, so that would be X minus 3, and then it goes up 1, 2, 3, so it would be X plus 3, and double check to make sure I'm right, X plus, so this is number 8, X minus 3, X plus 3. All right, so graph the image of the figures using the transformation given. So keep in mind, this is the x-axis right here. A little bit off there. So that's our x-axis. So all the points need to be flipped over that. So S is 1, 2, 3 away. So from starting at the x-axis, I need to go 3 away. So put a dot there, and then T is the same, but then it's 2 over, so I'll put a dot there. And I go 1 down, and I'll get U, and I'll go 1 down, and to the left one, I'll get R, so that when I connect all of these points, it's going to be the same thing here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, except for I screwed things up, sorry about that. So U is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So what I would have to do is I have to go 4 up, so it'd be higher up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then R is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So that would be just this right there. And then from there I could connect my points so it would look like that. But just make sure that you are then labeling it as well. So T prime, U prime, and R prime. All right, so then reflection over, or reflection across X is equal to 2. So this is, the X-axis is obviously right here. So I would need to go to 2, which is right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line up and down, because that's what X equals. Okay? And then all I'm doing is the same thing with my line. So V is to the left 2, so I'm going to go to the right 2 on that one. X is to the right 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to go to the left 1, 2, 3. And then Y is 2 to the right, so I'm going to go 2 to the left. Okay, so then when I connect my points, it will look, well, this and W stays the same. So it will look like that. And then just make sure that you label all your points. So this would be V prime, this would be Y prime, and this would be X prime. All right, across Y equals -2, so the Y -2 is going to be here. So I'm going to that's the line I got to reflect it over. So U and V are going to stay the same. And then T right here is 2 down, so I'm going to go 2 up. Then my T prime. And W is 3 down, so I'm going to go from the left reflection line. I'm going to go 3 up. So not there. Keep this line as it is. So then, when I connect my points, it's the same thing, just reflect it over, and then make sure you have a U prime in there, a V prime in there, T prime, and then W prime. All right, so this one says rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. So in a 90-degree rotation, this is the rule, so it's X, Y, and then that transforms or rotates to -Y, X. So then F, the original F is 1, 2. G is 4, 1. And then E is 2, -4. So then if this is obviously the X, Y, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to flip them. And then for the Y, just flip the sign. So these new points, like F prime, is going to equal, I flip this, and it'll be a -2 and a +1. G prime, flip it, it's going to be a -1, 4, and then E prime is going to be equal to, so I'm just flipping this sign, so a -4 is going to turn into a +4, and then I switch them, and then that is the final right there. So that's for number 16. So then I just got to plot these points here. So So that's going to be G right there, or sorry, F. And that's what 90-degree turn would look like. Remember, you can also do just the paper one, where you just like physically flip your piece of paper and write the coordinates down. And then I'll make sure you also are putting down your markings in terms of what each coordinate is. Labeling is the word I'm looking for. Otherwise, you may get points off. All right, and then 18. We're going to rotate 90 degrees. So again, it's going to be the same thing, where x, comma, y is going to turn into negative y, x. So we just get these points. We have L, M, J, and K. These are all the pre-image points. So M is 0, 2. L is 1, 5. J is 1, negative 1. And K is 5, 3. So then I just apply this rule to these points. So that means L prime is going to equal a negative 5, 1. M is going to equal negative 2, 0. J prime is going to equal a positive 1, 1. And then K prime is going to be equal to negative 3, 5. So then all I got to do is plot these points here. So negative 5, 1, negative 2, 0, 1, 1, and then negative 3, 5. And I connect the dots. And then just make sure, again, as always, that you label your points. And you are done with that one. That's what a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation looks like. This one says rotate 180 degrees. So if we go to our notes, 180 degrees is X, Y, rotates to negative X, negative Y. So there's just the sign switches. So the points we have are U, T, V. So U is negative 2, negative 1. T is a negative 4, negative 2. And V is a negative 1, 4, negative 4. So we're just switching the signs. We're not actually flipping the X and the Y. So U prime is going to equal 2, 1. T prime is going to equal 4 positive 2. And then V prime is going to equal 1, 4. So plot those points. And that's going to be U prime right there. If we have, nope, that's the wrong one, sorry. There it is, right there. Then we have 4, 2, and then 1, 4. Connect our lines. And then we'll make sure that we label. And you're all set with 20. All right, 22 is, we're going to do the same thing. Find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after given the transformation. So in 22, L is equal to 0, -1. M is equal to 4, -1. And K is equal to 0, -4. Now what this is saying, find the coordinates of the vertices if you're doing what I was doing up here. Meaning, if it's going to reflect off of the x-axis, that's a bad line, like so. If you were going to reflect that, you would get your L would be here, your K would be here, and then your M would be here, and you would just connect these dots, and then you need to find what those points are. So L would be, or L prime would be equal to 0, 1, and then M prime would be equal to 4, 1, and then finally your K prime would be equal to 0, 4. And that's it. So we're just looking for the coordinates of this new one. All right, so we're going to rotate 180 around the origin, number 24. And we just want to list those coordinates. So first thing we'll do is recognize this is 180 degrees. The rule states that for 180 degrees, x, y transforms or rotates into -x, -y, so we just change the signs. So we have these 4 points, so let's get the coordinates of these points. So there's M, N, L, and K. And L is -1, 1. K is -1, -1. N looks like it's -5, 1. And then M is going to be -4, -4, 3. So if we were to just apply this rule here, all we're doing is flipping the signs. So then M prime is going to be 4, -3. N prime is going to be equal to 5, -1. L prime is going to be equal to 1, -1. And then K prime is going to be equal to 1, 1. So then you would want to plot those points in this area right here and label them, and then you're all set. And that looks to be all I got. So if you need any help, as always, email me and let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a good night.